You are now rocking with the 3-yard play.
Right.
We just figured out a 3-yard play, fam. We're gonna win every time.
Yeah.
Hit that link with you. Come on in.
You're tuned into the 3-Yard Play podcast. Well, the only question is, does it work for you?
Trail got wings, bitch.
We been working all year. It's game time. We all here. We turned up. Oh yeah. Cause we finna be the champs this year. We been working all year. It's game time. We all here. We turned up. Oh yeah. Cause we finna be the champs this year. We live in weight just to hold up the trophy. Flag on the plate, cause them haters can't hold me. And 1, 2-a-days and run up the biggest hill just to sharpen up my skills. They hit the scoreboard first, I had to hit them drills. Time I get around the corner, they gon' see my new wheels. After practice, till the lights come on, till they bust ride out and they gone. That rally had us help, my teammate down the steps. Player, we got plays you ain't even seen yet. I post up and fade away like graffiti. Just don't claim it's love when you see us on TV. We been working all year. It's game time. We all here. We turned up. Oh yeah. Cause we finna be the champs this year.
3-Yard Play podcast.
We been working
brought to you by reality.
all year.
Where it is what it is.
Game time.
You get what you get.
We all here.
So comment and let us know where you live.
Yeah. Cause we finna be the champs this year.
Yeah, you with us, man. This is one of them behind the scenes episodes, man. 3-Yard Play podcast, off the record type things right here, man. The conversation is kind of drifted into a more lighthearted mood, and discussion on the table right now is who was your favorite comedian, and or if you got somebody that just had a favorite routine, like this one show from such and such they crushed it, or this one little bit. But I'm not even gonna throw the ball. I'm gonna start it myself and say who my favorite is right now.
Yeah.
Right now, currently, I would have to go with Dave Chappelle as my favorite. He does, to me, he checks off 2 boxes that are important for what I like to see in comedians, and that he is funny. And I'd say 3 boxes. He's funny, he's relatable, and at the same time, he's political enough. He's fired up. He's bringing a message. He's fully utilizing that platform. I think Dave has said some things where we've been like, wow, like he really let us see some dudes go back in time and shoot a slave master. Like, oh shit, like that's just the image you wouldn't want to see, the time travelers or something, like the time haters. David has done some things that have been risque, but he's managed to still keep on an upward trajectory. He said some things where you figure, they're gonna cancel him for this one, or they're gonna do that for that one. But he also peppers it with so much reality and so much truth that it's like, he points out the outrageousness of a lot of this stuff is out here. You can't even laugh for some of it. So in that regard, Dave Chappelle probably is the person that is my favorite comedian right now. If I just had to think about it offhand.
You say right now. Now, do you have anyone that was in the past?
Oh man, before my the first person when I ever thought about favorite comedian was Chris Tucker.
Okay.
And Chris Tucker's stand-up, and his stand-up is limited. He doesn't even have a ton of stand-up, but when you see it was the way he talked, what he was talking about. He was from Atlanta, so his humor was real, kind of like something that you could just hear somebody on the school bus talking shit, or one of your friends in school, classmates talking, where Chris Tucker he was just hilarious to me. I think his facial expressions, he was a good balance between body comedy and actual content comedy also, to where like, that was it, man. And then when he was Smokey and Friday, it just kind of went up for me. But after that, he started taking a lot more serious roles. So I let it, I guess I can't say he's my favorite anymore, but he was probably the first person that made me feel like, oh yeah, I really like this dude's comedy style.
Yeah.
And see, like, man, I just gonna see, like, I just like to laugh. You know what I mean? And so, how I came in the game was Richard Pryor live on Sunset Strip, sneaking off in the corner when my dad was watching, and I'm out there listening in with my ears and trying to understand, all this stuff inappropriate. You know what I mean?
Hey, ear hustling.
Time period, you know what I mean? But but just kind of just listening in and just understanding the art of it all and just laughing. Then Eddie Murphy Raw came on in. Then,
I mean, these are two titans now. You talking titans right now.
Like I said, I was sneaking in the background listening, snuck my uncle's tapes out. He had Eddie Murphy Raw. We were sneaking in the summertime and kind of watching to kind of see what was going on. And delirious Eddie Murphy. Then came along Robin Harris with Baby Kids. And
R.I.P. Robin Harris.
That was when I really just learned to love comedy, because at that point, I guess everybody kind of got a little lax around the family. We used to have like Christmas parties with grandma, everybody in the room listening to Baby's Kids and stuff. I was like, okay, they letting us in the room now. You know what I mean? So, but today, man, I've grown to like Dave Chappelle a lot. I used to think he was a little bit silly at the point, but as I matured a little bit, I get to understand his comedy a lot better. But shoot, what I do regularly now, man, I hit the comedy clubs and just listen to anybody now. I go to the Uptown Comedy and I often. And like I say, I don't even care who it is. I just go in and laugh, man. And it just found it to be therapeutic.
Oh yeah. And I think if I had to, as far as like some of the greats, of course, Rich Pryor, but Bernie Mac to me just had that voice. He just was funny to me. He just looked funny. That was another thing. Like he could just come out there and just stand there, and I'm gonna bust out laughing. So he was just that type of energy. I think I liked him the most. Now, as far as modern day, I know people gonna get at me about this because I've heard people say they don't like him. I like Kevin Hart.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I don't know. It's something about it's something about the dude that I think what I like. I think this is what I like about him. Number one, he tells a bunch of stories. His comedy is really stories. Like it may be stretched a little bit, but it reminds me of just sitting around, with your homeboys and you telling like something that just happened. Right. And you'll stretch it a little bit, you'll add a little bit here and there, but to make funny. But that's kind of how he does his comedy. I kind of dig that. But also, I think what I like about him is that mug is relentless. Like he figured out how to damn be everywhere.
Right.
Like he took the blueprints from everybody else that came before him and figured out how to, capitalize at such a high capacity. You know what I'm saying? So
his business is in pay. They running some good business. They definitely
he running some hellified business. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so I think that's what I like about him too. And then he's just it's a cross between Bill and maybe I don't know. I don't want to say because he's not really R-rated, but he's got he got some of that in there. But he kind of got like that Bill,
like the edgier Sinbad.
Yeah. That'll be good. Yeah, exactly. I've grown recently to like Chappelle. I didn't like Chappelle at first. Didn't like him, but I've grown to like him now, understanding more. Because at first I didn't get his skits a lot of times. I would
that was my question. Did you watch Chappelle's show? You used to watch?
Yeah, I watched the Chappelle show. I watched the Chappelle show, and sometimes I guess I was mad because he was telling the truth, but I guess I wanted him to tell it a different way. Maybe if that makes sense.
You want to hear it like that?
Not like that, but as I get into him more, going back now, looking at those shows. I'm like, oh, okay. I get it. That, you know what I'm saying? But now the person I fell out with was Cat. Cat was funny.
Hey, wait. What now? I'm gonna let you say it because I was just gonna bring Cat Williams up. What you gonna say?
Cat was the dude to me. He was funny at first. But then I don't know, he took like a U-turn, bro, and came into this whole like infomercial. Like his skits now seem more like, I don't know if he's trying to what do you call it, inspire or kind of like speak to the women, maybe. I think that's what he's doing, like, and bigging people up, trying to give them more confidence. But it kind of became a little bit more serious than what the cat we grew up with, you know.
I
So
haven't seen this content lately, so I can't say
yeah,
what he's been on lately. But he had a point where he was going ham in terms of just producing content and everything. But I was gonna ask a question and suggest Cat Williams as my person that I want to throw out for the answer to this. But who do you think is one of the best comics at just impromptu cutting people up on the fly? Just like if you catch him not on no routine, but like, nah, this joker, you could tell he just was in the barbershop just roasting niggas. Like he roast up through the brain. The summer camps, barbershops, the corners of just roasting fools. And I gotta say, Cat Williams, man, because I don't know if y'all ever saw Cat when he was getting interviewed by Wanda.
Oh yeah, he killed.
Oh man, Cat went so hard. Cat went so hard with the jokes. Bro, my boy went so hard with the jokes. Her husband had to come try to chase the nigga down with a pistol at his neck. Like, damn.
Right, right.
And she supposed to be a comedian. Now,
right.
I was like, nah, this lady, professional funny woman. And y'all was coming at him. He didn't even start with us. They just kept poking him, and then he just going ham. And like it wasn't even fair once he really opened up. Like, damn, my boy Jokes is actually on another level. Like, that's it. This is a 2022 Versace. What was on it, you know?
In that space, man, I like George Wallace and DC Curry. But see, now I was having a senior moment for a minute, but now I'm starting to come back, like back to Def Comedy Jams with the Bill Bellamy, just being a bit staple in my life. The BET Comic View back in the day, meeting all these new folks, just folks that have come at me regularly, just kind of keep things rolling. But that DC Curry though, if you want to get roasted really good, and George Wallace too, because like I said, I hit them comedy shows up in a minute, and so and then there's some dudes out there that's not well known that be hosting these shows.
Funny.
Man, that's why I go to, really, to be honest with you. Because you get to see funny people. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say some of them might be really good comedians, but when it's kind of roasting their audience and interact with their audience, man, it's some no name. I ain't gonna call
it not
right, but they get after it, bro. They get after it.
Well, then I got to bring up another category. Then question for y'all: who y'all think is a top hood comedian? That's also because that's almost like a different lane. Like, and that's why it's funny. Like, I like Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is funny, but to me, he ain't really like no hood comedian. Honorable mentions for me in the hood comedian would have to be Mike Epps.
I was about to say,
funny on some hood shit. TK Kirkland. TK Kirkland is funny on some hood shit and just. Get to talk about stuff like you got to have been in some of these experiences to know, but then when you been in he talk right now.
Earthquake.
TK came in. He came in funny, but then he got real questionable. Boy. Some of that stuff I don't even know.
Who was that? Who got questionable?
Oh, like some of this stuff. I don't know if I need to get a lawyer. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, he take it to another level now. That Who Raised You? His set on Who Raised You? Oh, that had me locked in.
Who you talking about?
TK Kirkland.
Okay.
Like I said, he had me down on the front end, but now it's some of this stuff be like, man, I'm gonna have to lawyer up because I know better. I don't need to laugh at some of this stuff. Y'all thought Kyrie was in trouble. You thought Kanye was getting envelope. That TK Kirkland, boy, he'll take it to another level. You be like, whoa.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I felt like what happened with like Monique. Like Monique, she was funny to me, as a female, she was funny. But the problem was I guess she just got into her feelings. You know what I'm saying? I feel like and kind of got away from her staple. But she was one of the hard hitters too. You know what I'm saying? So she kind of got out there, man, and then it was a wrap. Like she turned everything sour. But yeah, she was kicking it for a minute.
I got a question for y'all. Kings of comedy. We had Steve Harvey, Bernie, DL, and Sid the Entertainer. Who would y'all consider to be that today and the queens? If you know the queens of comedy,
Yeah,
today it was what Monique, some more.
Yeah, some more. Who was
I forgot the other two now. I shouldn't have brought that up too fast, unless I knew. But
I forgot her name. I see her face. With short hair.
Again.
Nah, it's the one with the short hair. I can't remember her name though. She be in a lot of movies.
Not some more. That's what I think I said.
No. This one I know who's more you talking about. Nah, not her.
Some more.
But yeah.
Who would be your king if you had to do it? If they say, "Hey, 3 play, we need y'all to put together a comedy show."
Right.
And we need to
you
find
about
some new teams. Who would y'all call?
Dudes now,
new dudes, yeah. Right, for new dudes today.
Yeah.
New generation active.
Yeah.
It's a brother. Y'all ever heard that dude Ali? It's kind of a dark-skinned dude. He's real fun. Maybe his first name or second name is Ali. He's been on a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna see if I can Google him right quick.
You talking about the guy?
Some of the new cats, I got fell off in terms of watching. I don't know all the real rising stars names like that.
Right.
Right. I mean, I guess if I had to put it, anybody.
Ali Sadiq is his name.
Is he that one that got into it with T.I.?
Possibly, yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that dude is funny.
He's funny, yeah, no doubt. But if I had to pick right now, relevant, I would probably go with, of course, Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart,
yeah,
Mike Epps. Just right now. Female, don't really. I mean, of course, they're gonna put what's her name, Tiffany Haddish in the mix, but I've seen her stand up.
That's why I can't put her in the mix. Not really.
Right.
She's around the bombed a few times. You can't get it. You can't make that. You can't make the mountain. We not cutting you in no mountain that you done bombed. We ain't doing that, bro. You talking about dynamite, work crews, permits. We ain't doing all that. You done dropped the show too. No.
Bro, I hear you.
Stop. Don't ruin the mountain for that.
What you think about Deion Cole? Did y'all see that? His latest stand up?
I ain't seen his yet.
Yeah,
he's funny, but I ain't watched his stand up to see enough of just him by himself.
Put him on the Mount Rushmore yet, but
right.
In terms of new guys, he's been consistent. You know what I mean?
Who y'all think is slept? Who's somebody you feel like? And we'll close it out with this because we're reaching that time. But
ghetto one.
Huh?
What's the dude from the little show? He be on Wildin' Out sometime.
DC.
Yes. Okay. I think yeah.
This is the second part to the question. Who y'all think is slept and who y'all think is hyped? Who's overhyped? That you like, man, they kind of getting over. They really ain't that funny.
Hey, y'all ain't gonna like mine, but shoot, Mike Epps, man, that joker don't make me laugh at all.
You said who, Mike? You said Mike Epps?
Yeah, he made me cry. I'm like, man, I wasted my time. He might be too silly for me, bro. He way overhyped for me. You know. Now I like his role in How High when he was piled up. You know what I mean? That was funny. And some of the, some lines here and there, but his stand-up ain't really rock my world at all. You know what I mean?
What's the dude that just got in the bad car accident? I think he slept on. What's his name?
Tracy.
I think you're talking about Tracy Morgan.
Not Tracy Morgan, the other one. There's another one. Now Tracy Morgan is good too, but
he's small. Kevin Hart got in a bad accident too.
He's what's his name? Let me try to find him while y'all look it up. But he's I don't know if they didn't call him Small Fry. I think I'm calling it. That's the girl.
Right, Small Fry.
What's his name? But yeah, y'all go ahead and tell me. Who would you pick, Trip?
In terms of my slept, I'm trying to think of something who I think is really funny and they just not really getting they just all the way like that. That's tough, man, because most of the people I know they name because they own. So
Right,
I
that's
can't
the
really say
thing.
they that slept like shit. You win nation. I heard
Right.
of you, but I'm trying to think of who I think is overhyped. Where it's like they really don't make me laugh like that, but they always the people fooling them. I mean, I had to say your boy Kevin Hart, man. Like,
I already knew you were about to do it. I knew you was about to-
I mean, sometimes I chuckle, but sometimes like, man, it's just
That's
not coming.
the consensus. I've heard that. No, the dude I'm talking about, he did. Remember, he had the platinum hit, "Smile," just smile.
Oh,
you talking about Lil Duval?
Lil Duval.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know
I
he was
feel like
laughing.
he had.
Yeah, we got an honorable mentions on the hood comedy Shouty. You got
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He been funny in Atlanta for years. We know he funny in the city.
Right.
Everybody know, oh yeah,
Right.
Shouty, that's a real good hood comedian. You know.
Yeah.
No, but I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, Duval.
And shout out to Clayton English, man.
Who?
We got this one dude from Atlanta named Clayton English that's going up with the comedy. And he
Okay.
started off just in the club circuit and got on with 85 South Show and doing other stuff, but he been, just going up with it. He's done a
Dude,
lot.
I like Tyler Craig. I forgot he just passed recently, but Tyler Craig and when I think one of his taglines was, "And the moral of the story is, it's like
Yeah.
From the man. It's a lot of folks that I think I'm drawing a blank on. That's that I don't charge that to that old age people.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who I got to give my slept on award? And I'm glad you said that because you jogged my memory. Michael Blackson. I give Michael Blackson. Michael Blackson is hilarious, bro. Like his IG is hilarious. Whenever he really get to talking, he gonna say something hilarious. Like Michael Blackson quietly be slept a little bit. Like, you gotta give him props, man. He's been in the game for so long, but still reinventing stuff and staying new. So I gotta give him props on that.
I want to throw a quick honorable mention out there, man. Not necessarily for his comedy, but just for the platform he provides, and that's Nick Cannon in that Wild 'N Out, man.
Yeah, shouts out to Nick.
That space open and bring new talent into the game. I always appreciate that, man.
Yeah, he responsible.
Yeah, you gotta have gatekeepers and people doing that,
Right.
Sending what they call sending the elevator back down,
Oh yeah, he was responsible
to the next level.
Yeah, he was responsible for guys like DC Fly and all them. So yeah, that's dope.
And we gotta blow the whistle on ourselves, man. We over time here, y'all. But hey, Travis, let us know, man. I know we skipping over some comedians, man. We ain't even trying to disrespect this plug in. We should be on the current new comics, but man, y'all chime in and let us know. Put suggestions below as to who we should check out. If we ain't speak on somebody that you feel like, oh man, they sleeping, like please let us know. We'll check it.
Yeah, check out my girl.
And there was a dude man, Roy Lee, man. R.I.P. Roy Lee. He got killed, but he was pretty funny too, man. On some up and coming shit, But 3 Yard Play, man. Appreciate y'all for sticking it.
Yes, sir.
You see, the thing that separates us from every other group of slaves is the fact that
thank y'all for tuning in today and every day. And remember to keep running your 3 Yard Play.
Look at them mouths, we feel like flowers, they gon' grow. We gon' water season, watch that harvest flow. I've been crunching
cause we know heroes are made in the off season.
There should be no reason
they grind the slow, better than crashing out
we
for
get that money bound for we don't want it.
Let's say, young brothers, remember,
fulfill the promise.
I ain't never 3 yards every day. They can never
I can't
stop.
read that narrative, so ain't no need of calling us. You ain't never had to tell your kid being black was a sin, cause his skin was reflected through America. Taking care of us was just a handout, right? But it was fair when free labor was just as nice. I can bet you your life, your kids living alright. Cause me and mine had to
been
do
rocking
it
with
die
the 3
every
Yard
single
Play
night.
podcast.
I get mine, you get yours, but together, nigga, we gon' get some more, Look at them mouths, we feel like flowers,
So
they
like,
gon' grow.
subscribe, share,
We gon' water
and let's
season, watch that
discuss.
harvest flow. I've been
What's up with
crunching
us?
numbers, winter, fall, spring, and summer. There should be no
Thank
reason
you.
that the baby
Tuning
never
into
hunger.
3
When
Yard
we get
Play
that money
podcast.
bound for, we don't run it. I only
Post
pledge
on to
allegiance
it.
to go fulfill the promise. Time and time